Good morning, my good people of Sierra Leone. Good morning, well wishers of Sierra Leone. This not small talk. And this na Yusufu Cabo of Southern California. Today is the 20th of September 2019. The time now is about 6:03 in the morning, California time. And it's a Friday morning. My dear fellow citizens, I just take this short moment to talk with you guys. Yesterday was the 19th, and it was supposed to be a demonstration in Sierra Leone. But that did not take place. The people were afraid to come out because in Africa, Sierra Leone in particular, my fellow citizens, Sierra Leone in particular, it's funny. It's even childish. But again, we have these people going around claiming to be educated. With all their education, they don't know what safety is. Each and every one will tell you they have a degree somewhere in UK, somewhere in the US, somewhere in Sierra Leone, and they will brag about it. But they don't have any safety awareness. What good is your education if you cannot protect yourself? What good is your education? What value is your education if you are not safe in your own country? Why do I say that? You are not safe because you cannot express yourself. You cannot. This is a living proof. The minute people stated they want to go and protest, you have the army, you have the police lined up in the street with their gun loaded. And these people are telling me that they are there for the safety of the citizens. How can you be there for the safety of the citizen instead of you holding bazookas with loaded live rifles, practicing to go keep your country safe? That's why you're there. Do that make sense to anybody? It doesn't make sense to me. And this is their reason for it. They claim that in 1965 there was an ordinance to ask for police permission before you can protest. I want to give all of my audience this task. Please go look for the word ordinance. Ordinance is not a law. Ordinance, in this case, people are still talking about it, but if the 1965 law to ask for police permission is an ordinance, it has already exceeded its charter. If it hasn't exceeded its charter, it is in conflict with the state law. Because the state law now says people have the right to come out and protest. But that particular ordinance at that time in 1965 not only exceeded its charter, but it is in conflict with what the Constitution says now. I'm not a constitutional lawyer, mind you. The Constitution says you have the right to go about public places without being harassed. The Constitution says you have the right to free speech. The Constitution says you have the right to question your government. But this law states, it's not a law. The ordinance states there is a big difference between ordinance and a law. The ordinance states in 1965, this is way back then, majority of the people were not even born at that time. That ordinance is what this government is using to stifle the rights of people. An ordinance which is in conflict with the state law. And the state law gives the people, the public, the audacity to protest. But the government, who's supposed to keep the people safe, who's supposed to protect the rights of the people, cannot challenge this in court, cannot go to the court and say, look, this law has expired, this law exceeds its charter, this law is in conflict with our Constitution, and the court should kick this law out, period. But again, the police are taking exception to this ordinance. Mind you, the police is an agency. They cannot make laws, but they can make regulations which those regulations must be authorized by the statute. The statute meaning the laws. If we don't have laws that says the police should come out to go and harass people like they did, they shouldn't do it. But we have the police against their own people, and the government is at the sideline watching this happen. Where is the obligation of the government to protect the people against anything that will harm them? My dear fellow citizens, the police are subordinate to the statute. The task of the police is to execute the law, not to harass the people. Laws are there to bring justice, my dear fellow citizens. Policies are not laws. That's another point I have to make. Policies are not laws. They are rules that guide the government. Policies are not laws, Mr. Police Officer. Policies are not laws, Mr. Army, Mr. Soldier. Policies are there to guide the government to follow the laws. Laws are administered through the courts. Laws are enforceable. Laws are enforceable. Policies must comply with the laws. There's a big difference. Policies must comply with the laws. But we don't care. We do not care. Why is it that the only time, even the people in power now, the only time they feel safe is when they are in governance? Do that strike you to be odd? Do that strike you to be strange? Do that strike you to be foolish? Did that strike you to be the most stupid thing somebody can do? The only time I'm safe is when I'm in power. After you're gone, you're not safe. You're not safe after you're gone, because you did not correct the wrongs through the right channels, through the lawmakers, through the judiciary. You did not. You leave it open because you're enjoying it now. For you, a temporary safety is better than a permanent safety. That's why you guys are going back and forth with all this nonsense, blaming each other for things that are going wrong. But none of you want to take responsibility of those things. Why is it that the only time someone feels safe is when their party is in power? Why is that? The only time you feel safe is when, in your region, is when your party is in power. Certain tribe feel safe when certain party is in power. Why is it that? Is that not odd? Is that not inhumane? To always feel that when your party is out of power, you become a victim. You become a prey. They marginalize you. Why don't you hold your party responsible for this? Why? My dear fellow citizens, even the president of the day, this is the only time President Madabio go feel safe, when he in our office. And the only time this way he go feel safe. After he come on our office, he go become an ordinary citizen. Just like how they treat the ex-president now. Then go harass him the same way they harass ex-president by Kuruma. Then go harass him the same way. Is it that not very stupid? When you are in power, you cannot make laws to even protect your own self. But you think you're doing it for people. But you forget that you are only in power for a certain number of days. But those days, you counting them to be big because they are counted in years. You think 5 years is forever, or you think 10 years is forever. 10 years has long gone for President Kuruma. Look at what he's going through now. The laws cannot protect him because he made none to protect him. The people cannot respect him because he have no respect. He did not respect his people. This is the fundamental basis of it all. If you don't respect the ordinary man, after you leave power, you become the ordinary man. And since the ordinary man have no protection, you will not have any protection also. It's simple. It's simple. But these people claim to be educated. These people claim to be educated people. But you cannot even make laws that will protect you. Because the laws that protect the ordinary man will one day become your safeguard. If you are stifling the speeches of people now, somebody will stifle yours. For example, you have people like Kuruma now, even any of them cannot come out now to protest. Because if they came out, they would have been shot dead. This is the government you have, and you claim you are the new direction. You can understand why people like Kande Yonkela did not come out. Because he would have been shot dead. He's not safe. He's not safe. And somebody is asking me about Kamaimba, why Kamaimba did not come out. Kamaimba, I've stated many times that he will drink poison, he will shoot himself, he will take lethal injection for lying. He had lied too many times, he should have been dead many times by now. But look at him. Did he come out? They would not hesitate to blow his head off. I mean, this is for real. Even the people that claim to have power in Sierra Leone are not safe if their party is not in power. Do you guys get this? If your party is not in power, you are not safe. That means majority of the people are not safe. Only few people are safe. And you guys are there abusing the Constitution the way you do. Why don't you think of your own safety? Oh, I forgot. After you leave power, you're going to take a flight and go somewhere in somebody else's country. Even there, you're not safe. Because you're a black man. They're going to treat you like a black man. When you go to England, they treat you like a black man. I mean, evidence by what Bill went through when he was out of power. When he was catching the buses, nobody harassed him in the buses. Now they wish they did, but nobody did because he was safe. He thought he was safe. But he could have been harassed by anybody at that time. Why don't you guys make your country safe for yourself? Why don't you guys make the laws that will protect people, that will also protect you? Why? The only time someone is safe in Sierra Leone, the only time someone is safe in Sierra Leone is when they are dead. Only the dead are safe now from the wrath that people are going through in Sierra Leone. Only the people in the cemetery are the safest people in Sierra Leone, because the government will kill you with impunity if you say something. The government will kill you with impunity if you go out in the street with a placard that says, that expresses your grievance. The government will shoot you dead if you comment on them, as I am already a victim of that. A lot of people are harassing me now. My dear fellow citizen, safety is as simple as ABC. Safety is as simple as ABC. Keep your country safe. That's the only way you're going to be safe. Ask by Kuruma. When he comes in from somewhere, they treat him like an ordinary citizen. He is not safe. He is not safe in his own country. There are people trying to kill him. They will kill him because of party politics. He is not safe. You are not safe. I am not safe. The government is not safe. No one is safe if the laws do not apply to everyone equally. I'll leave you with this note. We claim we have great minds. But what good is it if we cannot keep them safe? The government first duty and the highest obligation is public safety. I repeat, the government first duty and highest obligation is public safety. But in Sierra Leone, only few people are safe when certain parties are in power. Now the South is safe because the SLPP is in power, and the North are dying, and the Western area must die with them. I was a victim because he was in the wrong place at the wrong time. A 13-year-old boy was killed by an SLPP candidate, beaten to death mercilessly. A lot of dignitaries were there watching this person being beaten. Let's cry freedom. Now that boy is dead, but that politician is still standing as a candidate. He did not, nobody one asked her even a question. She wasn't questioned. But the police will take a bazooka to go and shoot protesters. But Mrs. Jackson is still free. Who will cry for that boy who is now dead? Somebody will take few bags of rice to go give his family. And because of poverty, because of the same poverty that the government caused, these people will oblige to those things because they need to survive. We are all victims. We are all not safe. The government is not safe. The Constitution is not safe because the government of the day abuses the Constitution. There is no law and order, so no one is safe. No one is safe. Sierra Leoneans are not safe. When are we going to be safe? When? That's my question. And this is Small Talk. And this is Yusufu Kabo of Southern California. I thank you all for listening. I gotta go to work. Bye-bye.